Hey everyone, and welcome back for another amazing video. Are you ready for how to play Dead Island games in the right order? It's an action, role-playing, survival, and horror video game. A lot of you guys may want to know if they have to follow the timeline or the normal release date. Don't worry, I've got you covered. So without any further ado, let's get started, guys. Published by Deep Silver, Dead Island focuses on staying alive and survive on tropical island overrun by zombies, which of course requires you to engage on a fight with them. Originally, Dead Island was announced in 2006, but it was only released in 2011. And actually, that's not our problem here. The main question will be, do you have to follow the timeline or the release date? And both are nearly the same, except for one or two games. I will tell you that in the middle of the explanation. That would be better for you to understand. So let me jump then to the first game that you should start with. Dead Island of 2011. It's a survival horror type FPS set on a paradise island, but invaded by zombies. The player chooses one of the four characters and goes on the attack, trying to save the last survivors and use the objects he finds to fight. It's possible to play up to 4 in cooperation. Once you finish the first Dead Island game, there are 2 games, Dead Island Riptide and Escape Dead Island. Listen carefully if you are going to follow the release date order. Once you finish Dead Island of 2011, jump to Dead Island Riptide of 2013, then Escape Dead Island of 2014. But if the timeline matters more, once you finish Dead Island of 2011, this time jump to Escape Dead Island of 2014, then Dead Island Riptide of 2013. That's pretty much clear, so it's up to you, and whenever order you picked, just give me a moment to introduce both games. Dead Island Riptide of 2013 act as a standalone expansion to the original Dead Island. Continue the story of infestation in another heaven's hell, fully remastered on Xbox One. Welcome to the zombie apocalyptic experience of a lifetime. More magnificent now than ever, stuck in the middle of an epic zombie infestation on the tropical island of Banwa. You have only one thing in your mind, it's to survive. Now skip Dead Island of 2014. It's a stealth and action game where the player controls an amateur photographer who will have to be discreet to take pictures of the disaster while remaining alive and trying to escape. So simply, let's continue the rest of the order. It was meant the time for Dead Island Epidemic of 2014, but unfortunately the game was shut down in September 2015 and it's not available anymore, but I will tell you a little about it. Dead Island Epidemic acts as a spin-off of the series. It was available on PC and it's a game that combines MOBA and the hash/slash elements, creating a new genre known as Zomba. In the game, you will need to work together with your team to take on waves of zombies using both PvE and PvP game modes. The PvP mode has a unique trifaction system which adds some variety to the typically polarized world of MOBAs refers as a multiplayer online battle arena, but unfortunately, as I said, it's not available. You can now play Dead Island Retro Revenge of 2016, and this 16-bit retro revenge action game. Main character Max sets out to retrieve his kidnapped cat across zombie-infested California, and he's ready to use force. Finally, Dead Island 2 of 2023, first game in the series to be released on the 8th and the 9th generation consoles, a direct sequel to the first part, several months after the events that took place in Banwa. The United States is forced to quarantine California, now a forbidden zone. The Golden State has become a bloody paradise for those who refuse it to leave their homes, and a dream hunting ground for renegades seeking adventure, glory, and a new beginning. That's it, guys. You may be wondering why I didn't mention the Dead Island Survivors of 2018 in both orders. Simply, the game was shut down in July 2020. And by the way, there is Dead Island Definitive Edition with a high-definition remaster of both Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. Also includes Dead Island Retro Revenge and a side-scrolling bonus game. So I hope it wasn't that complicated. If you misunderstand any part, let me know, guys. We are heading toward the end of this video. If you have any trouble with other games, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Press the like button if you truly want to support the channel, and I will see you in the next one.